no
Okay.
easier than this, but it's just.
Oh, okay, I'll be right back. Oh god.
Body.
Can I follow Sloane, or can I not be here?
You probably want to hang back for this one.
What?
Okay.
Do I need to be status checked?
Status checked.
Am I about to die? Are we leaving, or?
Did you say, are you gonna die?
Well, yeah.
Why would you die?
I don't know, man.
What is up with this friend group?
Listen, people try to kill me frequently just for existing.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sort of. What the hell did Bryce call me about? Not Bryce. Jeffy call me about in reference to you and Bryce and that dinner last night. What was that about?
What did he say?
Well, okay, so Jeffy called me like 2 days ago, extremely frantic, in the weirdest possible way about some possible embodiment of death. I assume
Jeffy!
he was referencing Norman Bones.
Oh, how do you know Norman Bones?
I was asked 4.5 months ago if I could build a cage to contain Norman Bones.
Who asked you this?
Who asked me to build a cage?
Yes.
Trooper Copper.
Of course it was fucking Copper.
Well, do you know what I used to do before I became a medical engineer?
No.
I worked for a military contractor developing weapons.
Oh.
Turns out there's not really a huge need for that in this city because people just kind of do that themselves.
I see.
Yeah, so there was a
I do know of
series
at least one person
conversations-
who is really into cages.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I do know of at least one person who is really into cages. I don't think he's around anymore.
Is that a... I don't know what that means.
Well, no, he liked to cage people up.
Norman did?
No, this guy that Tessa was investigating one time.
Oh, okay.
But
Different guy.
so Jeffy called you about a Norman Bones, and
Not by name, but I'm putting pieces together. Do you also know, I think you do, that I work for the FIB?
you've mentioned it. You've implied
Yes.
it.
So it's not a far leap that my investigative talents. It doesn't take much when I put pieces together from the extremely loudmouthed people of this city that when you say embodiment of death and I was working on a cage for this same kind of thing. 5
Jeffy!
I don't know what ever happened to it though, because it kind of dropped off the face of the map. I take it they never got it.
What, their cage?
Anyone.
I do know Norman Bones.
I'm sorry, one more time. I need to precursor this by saying I have some very scuffy ears.
Oh, I said I do know Norman Bones.
Okay, you do. Was last night's dinner in regard to that? Also, Jeffy mentioned your name specifically, which is why
Of
I'm...
course he fucking did.
Your name and Bryce's name came up in my conversation because he was extremely frantic when we were talking.
Yesterday?
It was like 2 days ago.
Yes. Which was why dinner yesterday was so awkward.
Alright, locals.
Yeah, they do that.
They do that.
Somebody did something very stupid yesterday. And
How many more pieces do I need to put together here, Kiki? It was either Jeffy or Charlie, because they were the two acting very stupid yesterday.
it was Charlie.
They
I
also seem-
listen,
okay,
Sloane.
thank
I
you,
say
it was
this for your
Charlie.
own safety because this is what kind of happened in short form. Charlie assumed something, went off and talked to him, and now she's dead.
I'm sorry, what?
Because this is what he does, Sloane, is he thrives on chaos and he enjoys when people panic, and so he does these things, and it's all very crazy, and it's been my life since August, and people keep being dragged into it, and it just keeps getting worse with every person that gets dragged into it. So I don't like talking about it because no more people need to know than the people that know shouldn't know, and people die because it's an endless cycle. It's an endless cycle where, oh no, the person I love is in danger, but maybe they're not actually in danger. Maybe they're fine and he's just messing with you, but because you've now panicked, he's gonna capitalize on that and he's gonna kill you. And so now someone else is gonna go to him because he killed you, and then they're gonna make some kind of deal with him, and then someone's gonna make a deal for them for their life, and someone's gonna make a deal for them for their life, and someone's gonna make a deal for them for their life, and someone's gonna make a deal for them for their life. It's just never gonna stop.
So this dude's just some twisted.
I don't know
spawn
what
or
he is
something?
anymore. He used to just be a man who liked killing people. He used to just be your average, everyday, crazy serial killer who started with hurting animals and then moved on to people. Legitimately, he told me his life story. He told me how he started. That's really how it happened. He killed a cat one day and was like, oh, I like this. And then he, I don't know, became a lawyer and continued to kill people, but during all that he had some kind of purpose, and then he died, question mark, and now he's back, but he's not back, but he is, but he's I don't know what he fuck, I don't know what he is. The man that we're calling Norman Bones isn't Norman Bones. It's just not. It's a thing that calls itself Norman Bones. And people just keep going to him. They keep seeking him out. They keep talking to him, and they keep entertaining him and helping him. And it's just never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop because people are gonna keep making deals and they're gonna keep going, oh my god, you took my loved one. Well, let me trade you this for my loved one. And then he's gonna tell them, oh, kill Kiki Pendragon. But they're gonna be like, I don't want to kill Kiki Pendragon because she's my friend. How about I just forget her instead? And I forget that we were ever friends. And I forget my dad. And I forget my husband. And I forget everything just so I don't have to kill Kiki Pendragon. Rampage, thank you for gifting a sub. I appreciate you. Who would you give it to? You gave it to Guare Time. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Star Mars.
Forgive my silence.
It's fine.
This is a lot more than I realized.
There's more to it. I'm just purposely not saying it because really don't want to know more because it's not any better. And the more you know, the worse it is. And I've been trying to separate myself and stay out of it, but people keep bringing me back into it. I'm trying to stay away, but he texts me and he asks me if the view was nice on the top of the mountain overlooking the lighthouse, or he tells me that the person he just killed really cared about me, or he gives fake condolences for killing one of my best friends, and or he makes comments that I stopped feeding his birds because he just wants to. Lexi Bishop, thank you for the follow. Hello and welcome. Hi there. He's a monster. And people are feeding into it and letting it happen. Some of them are encouraging it, in fact, so. Blackie, thank you for the resub. Thank you for being here for the last 7 months. I appreciate you. I don't think he streams, but this is Sloane. Sloane Kelly. I don't think he streams, though. I'm so glad that I have this little wrist rest for my keyboard, because that's what I'm slamming my fists on.
He just killed her?
I don't know the specifics. What I do know is that she offered herself to save Jeffy and Bryce, because Bryce had a deal with him and decided he didn't want to do it, and has basically been waiting for the moment that Norman comes for him for not enacting on his deal, because it's basically do the deal or die. And Jeffy was not in immediate danger, so there was no need for anyone to do anything. And she went and she bargained for both of their lives by offering up her own. And usually he asks you to take someone else's life and become a monster like him, but instead he accepted her. And so he took her. And she went willingly, probably manipulated, you know, because he took advantage of her distress, but willingly. And then he called Bryce to pass along his condolences. So Charlie's gone. Don't know if we'll get her back. Like we did somebody else who forgot me because he didn't want to kill me.
Wait, what do you mean get her back?
He released someone recently.
Released?
He gave them back.
How do you give someone back if they're dead?
Because when they die, he takes them to an in-between place. So they are dead, but because they have to die to go there, but they haven't moved on. So he can always just wake them back up. And not like a zombie kind of thing. They're alive, they're back, they're fine. But the last person he gave us back was missing a lot of himself. And it hurts. It almost hurts worse than if he'd stayed away, because if he was gone, I'd have the memories to live off. But now he's here, and I see him, and I remember our friendship, and that I can't say anything about it because he won't know what I'm talking about. And I can't text him. At least, maybe I could right now, so he won't see it. Winston had the idea of texting him a bunch of cat gifs, but my last text messages to him were, "I'm sorry, please come home." And considering we, quote-unquote, just met for the first time last week, it would seem kind of weird if my last text to him were, "I'm sorry, please come home." I just want to say that people in Kiki's friend circle are absolutely horrible.
Yeah,
It's the whole city, bro.
Trying to quell a furious rage at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last 4 or 5 months. People tried to drag Tessa into it even, and I desperately tried to keep her out of it. But luckily, Tessa's not dumb.
This is one of those things that I feel like maybe I was taken out of a fight too early.
Honestly, I don't know if your cage would have done anything. They, at one point, tried filling him up with bullets and blessed sniper rifles and dropping the... What the fuck? I can't... No one can even say that was my fault. We were sitting still.
Uh-huh. Did you not see the possessed scubby car?
Well, it was in the lane beside us, and then it decided to magnetize itself
drifted
to us. Yeah.
to the right.
But they decided to drop a lighthouse on him. Everything. Nothing. I don't think your cage would have done anything, honestly. I watched him yesterday. The man doesn't even need to walk. He can just disappear. I watched him vanish right before my eyes, Sloane. I thought I was going crazy. The man was just gone.
I am a man of science and logic. And when I moved to this city, I never would have believed any of this.
Imagine having to tell Tessa, who is a avid skeptic of all of this, and knowing that I sound crazy. Because it is. It's all crazy.
You know, though, I also have been brought into trying to diagnose how to cure the most outrageous non-disease that could ever exist.
For who?
What was that?
Is it for Dark?
No, what's going on with Dark?
Norman. There are a number of people right now that are sick because of either himself or someone who works with him. That I don't think can be cured by anyone but them. Jeffy struggled with it with Cleo and her heart. When her heart started to decay, and then it moved on to her lungs. And then he replaced her heart, and it all happened again. It was all Norman doing that. Cy Carter and Lizzie, each of them lost an organ because they made him mad. I believe Pond also lost one, and Tommy. So there's going to be some people that you're probably not going to be able to fix. Because he is playing with them. And it's... Jeffy's been trying to delay the inevitable for a lot of people lately.
Hello.
Is it Pixie? Winston? He makes like... I don't want to say cybernetic, because it's not cybernetic.
I just need my lab. And then I can synthesize any organ in the human body.
Yeah, and then he just kills it again.
Well, maybe it'll give him time.
It does delay the inevitable. Cleo lasted, I think, a week before her heart failed again. It was a nightmare just trying to get that hurt. It was an absolute.
Hang on 1 minute. I gotta be in my head for a sec.
Mm-hmm. Check something real quick. There you go. Should have been doing this a lot sooner.
Apologies.
You're fine.
I guess I need to have more conversations.
I would warn of how involved you get for your own sanity.
You know, here's an unfortunate but maybe fortunate truth about me in this city.
It is a beautiful piece.
I was brought here with one purpose.
It's called
which was to help a man
Rêve d'enfant.
who abused my being here. I've made some connections. I have friends, sure. I had one very close friend who I learned 10 minutes ago died yesterday.
I'm sorry.
Not really in a mindset to do deals with a devil, because not sure that devil could offer me anything or threaten
He
me
would.
in any kind of
He would probably just try to offer you the person that you're looking for in exchange for a life.
Here's the other thing. You read H.G. Wells?
No.
The story of the time machine. H.G. Wells, the time machine. The scientist and his wife go to ice skate one evening, and they are finishing the evening, and she's shot. And he grieves terribly and goes on this long journey for years and discovers the, I guess, science behind time travel. And he invents this time machine and eventually goes back to the night where his wife was murdered. And he thinks he can change the past. And so they go not on that same date, but they go on a walk instead in the park. Where they end up is in the path of the same person just a few minutes earlier, and she's murdered again. And then he goes back another time, and this time they end up outside of a bookstore, and outside the bookstore she's killed by an oncoming car, and he comes to the conclusion that it doesn't matter what he does to go back as many times as he goes back. Fate has it that she will always die.
It's very Final Destination.
It's
I think one of us
very,
brought that
I
up yesterday.
I can't change fate. If the fate is that Charlie was supposed to die yesterday, why would I try and tempt fate otherwise? But if instead I can do what I originally came to this city for, which is to help people. they say knowledge is power. Maybe knowing what I need to know is enough to come up with something.
Well, I wish you luck with that. I am exhausted, Sloane. I have been fighting off a complete and total mental breakdown for probably 5 months now because of this. That's why I've been trying to stay out, but inevitably I go maybe 3 days before somebody goes, Kiki, Norman stuff. Discuss. Nothing against you, of course. It's to the point where I said I didn't want to go to the lighthouse, and yet people were making me go there with them anyway. To the point where Tessa and I had to sit down and rehearse telling people no, because I have a hard time with the word no. No, thank you. I'm good.
I'm sorry I put you in this position. This would have been a very different conversation had we spoken yesterday, I'm sure.
Yeah. We were all not great.
I'll do something for you though, if you ask me, because I trust you, and you're one of the few people in the city I do trust. And if you ask me to drop this, I'll drop it.
I can't tell someone what to do, but I just feel like for your sanity and safety, it would be best if you attempted, made an effort to stay out of it.
Where she you went?
I think he's getting a pickup from.
I just don't want to see him take any more people. Dang it, nope. Damn it. And in the long run, you'd probably feel better for not being involved.
I have no intention again of getting involved with the devil himself. But if I can do anything to help the people of the city, that's what I would desire.
And focus on helping people.
It sounds like people need some kind of solution.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I can help without the right information, unfortunately.
All of these conversations always end with I don't know. Because inevitably someone asks, well, what now? What do we do? And it always ends with I don't know. Literally every time. And the one time that there was a plan, someone died. And since then, why is this person on there? Oh, damn it. And since then, okay. That's just kind of how it's been. I'm gonna do a deal and give you Norman and say, come on, Sloane, let's go to my house. Woo! No, we're not doing that. Now that I've told you all these secrets, I have to kill you. Hmm?
Well, I'll leave you with this. If you do want to talk, or
He knows too much.
anything, I am happy to do so. Also, I have left you something in your glove box that won't protect you from being dragged to hell,
What is this?
but it will protect you against a gunshot.
What is this?
It's FIB tech.
What? So I just wear this and
Keep it on you.
what?
If your heart rate spikes, if your adrenaline goes up, it'll deploy, and it'll basically operate like a one-time use bullet catcher.
Thank you. This is a lot of pictures and a lot of words. I'm not even gonna pretend to understand it.
You don't have to. It's come in handy. I got shot in the face by the Mandem once and walked away with some really terrible bruising
my
around my
God.
eye.
Oh my God. This is so cool.
Again,
I'm gonna
won't keep you
save
from being
this
dragged to hell,
in
but
mod chat.
could come in handy. Just stay safe, okay?
I do my best. Thank you. And I'm sorry.